Hi, my name's Michelle Danker, and this is my story. As a child, I suffered through a lot of trauma most adults haven't experienced. I was used and abused until I went into foster care at age 12. After that, the physical abuse may have stopped, but there was a lot of emotional trauma that was still there and very real for me. I was broken, I was troubled, I was angry all the time. I had nothing but hatred in my heart for everyone, but mostly for God. You see, I never questioned that God was real, but I did question his goodness and how he could allow all of these terrible things to happen to me. I believed that if there really was a God, I didn't matter to him. I felt unwanted, unlovable, completely worthless. And I held on to those feelings throughout my teens, constantly blaming God and the world and everyone around me for everything that was wrong in my life. Then, at 21, I found myself in the worst possible place I could have imagined. I was a homeless, single mother who found hope at the bottom of a bottle or in the arms of someone else. I constantly looked to other people to validate who I was and what I was worth. There had been many times in my life that I believed it can't get worse. And then I hit rock bottom. So much so that I contemplated taking my life, leaving my daughter an orphan just as I was, but truly believing that she was better off without me. That night that I planned to end it all was the night that I ultimately gave up. That was the night I finally cried out to God, asking for one last sign that I mattered at all to him. But you see, I was blessed with a baby girl who most parents don't get slept through the entire night. And that night, in the dead of silence, she cried. She cried for me. She needed me. In that moment, I realized that I mattered because I mattered to her. I knew then that I needed to give her a life that I always dreamed of, the life that I wanted. I needed to be the mother that I desperately searched for. You see, I tell people, I believe in Christ. He saved my soul. But that night, my daughter saved my life. You see, shortly after, I had a friend connect me to a local church. I started going so that my daughter could have a place to grow up. I went for her, so someone else could teach her something I knew nothing about. But then I got connected to a group of young adults. You see, these people accepted me. Just as I was, they accepted my daughter, and they loved on us like nothing I had experienced before. It was with them that I came to fully understand who Christ was and what he had really done. See, understanding that he came here and he lived a perfect, sinless life, and then gave the ultimate sacrifice, dying on the cross and taking a punishment that I deserved. I began to realize that there is nothing I can do to save myself, that Jesus really is the way, the truth, and the life. It was the first time I had ever truly experienced the love of Christ. It was because of them that I decided to surrender my life, and I chose to get baptized. You see, God showed me his love through the community that he surrounded me with. I still have my struggles, as everyone does, but now I can get through those, knowing that God is with me because of the community I have in my life. The people who showed up and spoke truth over me and my child, people who helped me grow and learn and showed me how to walk in a light that I ran from for so long. Since coming to Christ, I no longer am angry at the world. I know that I am loved. I know that I am wanted. I know that I matter because there is a God who loves me so much that he gave his life for me, for us. Knowing this not only gives me hope for a future that I couldn't see before, but allows me to live in a peace and a confidence that no matter what comes my way, I have a God who will never leave me.